Hey Space for Base for Official and welcome to today's episode. We are covering which muscles should you focus on. Now, obviously I'm talking to the general kind of population. It will apply to some people more than it applies to other people, but when I go to the gym I constantly see people making the same mistakes and walking around with a posture with a rounded shoulders, kind of rounded back, forward head posture. And you're supposed to go to the gym to look better, not make yourself worse. Anyway, which muscles should you focus on? We're going to start with the core. Transversus abdominis. Last episode I talked quite a lot about this and I covered the exercises that will strengthen that. So for more information on the transversus abdominis, go over to my previous episode. I'll link it somewhere where you can find it in the description below, wherever. But basically it's a muscle that runs deep in your core, kind of around here, part of the inner unit. So its main role, one of its main roles is stabilization of the spine. So it's a very important muscle. If you can't use it effectively, or if it's not strong enough, you'll get injuries, poor posture, tight muscles, weak muscles. You'll just be weaker. Not good news. Exercises to strengthen the TVA include the 4-point tummy vacuum and the integrated tummy vacuum. Now these are exercises that I covered in my previous episode, so I'll leave you to go and research that in that episode, but there are other exercises, but these are some good ones to start on and focus on. The next thing, which is behind me, is the upper and middle back kind of musculature. So that would be the middle to lower trapezius, kind of coming more down into your lower back, and kind of your rhomboids, that kind of stuff. Now you need to strengthen these because a lot of people focus on movements that are pushing. So bench press, overhead press, shoulder movements like front raise, lateral raise, all these different types of exercises, and then you see them walking around with a posture like this, and this is chronic tightness of the front muscles and chronic length and weakness of the back muscles. So if you imagine, you can see that the muscles are lengthening as I curve around. That's not good, that's weak and it doesn't look attractive. So you want to strengthen and tighten those muscles to pull you back to where you should be. Now exercises to do this are rows, prone cobra and horse stance. With the rows, you want to focus on using a pronated grip. Don't go to supination, keep it pronated. For the majority of your rowing exercises, pull and flare the elbows out wide. This will focus more on the kind of meaty musculature around and in between the shoulder blades. As you bring your elbows in, it works its way kind of down and out into the latissimus dorsi, the big wing muscle that you see. So you kind of want to keep it wide. Your prone cobra and your horse stance. Now you're going to have to Google or YouTube these. I'm sure you will find adequate videos for the prone cobra and horse stance, but these exercises are fantastic for stabilization of all of the postural muscles that you need down your back, your posterior chain. Good stuff. I don't make exercise videos yet. I will in the future, and I will cover the prone cobra and the horse stance, but I don't have them yet, so you're going to have to just Google or YouTube it. I'm sure it'll be fine. And the last thing, posterior delts. Neglecting your posterior delt is just asking for a rounded rounded forward shoulder, like forward head type of posture. So you need to focus on the back muscles now. You don't focus on here, focus on the back. As you can see, I've kind of drawn it in green here if you don't know where it is. And you can use, and the prone cobra on the horse stance work with the posterior delts. So I do both of these. But I also like to do face pulls because I can get in some external rotation nice and easily and effectively with the face pull. So I use the rope attachment and I grip it like that, thumbs down, and when I pull, I go thumbs up. So thumbs down is interior rotation, and when I pull back like so, it's external rotation, internal, external. So if you focus on your TVA, your upper and middle back musculature and your posterior delts, you will sort out that posture. But what you don't want to do, and this is a little bit of a bonus, I'm going to tell you what not to focus on. Do not focus on your upper abs, so crunching exercises. Don't do them. If you need to do them once a week, and especially with a crunch, do it on a Swiss ball so you can get back into that full range of motion with that extension force kind of in the spine and lengthening of the upper abdominals. Do not focus on upper traps, so that would be things like shrugs, like this. Don't do it because it tightens here, and it also, because when people, you see, when people at the gym, they go like this, as they do it, they stick their head forwards, and that's just asking for you to have a forward head posture. Don't focus upper abdominals, don't focus on upper traps, do not focus on anterior delts, so don't do front raises. You get enough work through that from chest press and overhead press, all of those type of things. Don't focus on chest. Now I know, don't focus on chest day is the best day, whatever. But don't focus on it, you don't need it. It's too strong compared to your back, leading you through an injury. Because at the moment your chest is tight, or as it is, your shoulders are tight, your biceps are tight. All of these muscles in the front of your body are tight, pulling you forward like this. You need to try and get as least work on here and most work on here in order to pull you out. A good bonus to that is stretching all of the tight muscles in order for them to kind of more allow you to open up. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've blasted over the muscles that you should focus on and the muscles you should not focus on. Train hard.